Okay, welcome to freehousevalues.com, and this is for anybody that is signed up new or actually folks who have not been into the system in a while. We've made a tremendous amount of significant changes. So what I'm going to do is walk you through it real quick. So first off, if you just go to log into your account, you can go to freehousevalues.com and you can go down here and you can click log in down here. And when you click that, it's going to come up here and it's going to ask you for your information. And I'm going to type mine. And this is whatever you signed up with. And if you're brand new, you got instructions what your temporary password was. You just enter that and then you can change it. So now I'm going to go in here and you'll notice my information pops up. So a couple things that you'll need to do when you first get going here, and I'm going to run down through this pretty quick because it's pretty self-explanatory. You're going to want to go under your account maintenance, and this is going to be your username is going to be your first and last name together automatically. Now don't change that, because the reason being is what that is actually a default microsite that we now set up for you. But you're going to want to go into your profile. And this is you're going to go in here, you want to add your photograph. That's very important, because when folks go back to when they go back to check their values again, once they're sent out every 30 days with the revalues, your picture will come up there. Make sure your first name and last name is in there, whatever phone numbers you use, and then make sure you put your website address. http://buddyblake.com. Make sure you use the HTTP. This is your main website that you want people to go to. Down here, the bio, this is not used now. You're welcome to put stuff in for later. We will be using it later, but it's not used now. So that's stage one of that, and then you'll hit submit to save all that information. All right, the next thing you're going to do is you can come under your company name, and this is where state to state has different regulations. You're going to need to enter your basic company information, your address, your city, your state, all the different information. So I didn't change anything. I'm not going to hit submit. All right. Next thing is you're going to go into your password. Now, when you first time you go in, you're going to go in and you're going to put your password that you were given as a temporary. Then you can change it to whatever your new one is. Okay. Engagements. If you go into engagements, you notice you got a few different things. This is where your leads are going to show up. There is two kinds of engagement. There's a view engagement. That's the folks that have given you contact information. And then there's the new user data. And you'll notice you can also export these. A new user data, what that means is when somebody enters an address but fails to enter their contact information, we still pass the information along. To give you an example, if you view the engagements, here they are right here. This is the ones, and you can actually sort it by date, and you can see we got 2 today, 3 yesterday, 4, 5, 7 the other day, and from there it tells you their name, their address, and you can actually hit details, and it'll show you everything about them. So whatever happened with them, where they came from. So I'm going to go back. You can print those out. And this over here, this is where once you get a property listed, and to contribute to the $100, once you actually get it listed, all you have to do is go in here, change this to listed, and put a note. And this is when you save it, it's going to take you to a PayPal page where you'll just pay the $100. So, all right, but it won't do anything until you actually change the engagements. Now, let me show you what a no user engagement looks like. This gives you just the address of where they were, of what the property looked up. And if you'll look right here, this is what's interesting. If you see the GeoCity, this is where the people were sitting if we were able to determine it. It's not always determinable. So that means that this person right here was in Castle Rock, Washington, looking up a property in Longview, Washington, and you can still see the information. So, and it gives you the zip code that the people that were physically in, and then it gives you the zip code they were looking in, the county. It gives you all the information that's available. and this came from the national, for instance. Then it tells you to refer. This came from either our AdWords campaign or our social marketing. So that's your engagements overview. Now, very important. You need to go into your zip codes and you need to enter in one line at a time all the zip codes that you service. There's no extra charge for the extra zip codes, but just try to keep it to areas you actually take listings in. So just enter them one at a time, and then just go and then hit add, and then from then on that puts you in the round robin, so that if a lead comes in through the national site, freehousevalues.com, not your microsite, not your widget, then it will round robin through the agents. Sub accounts, this is if you got team members. For instance, we've got members that handle certain areas of town, and so what you can do is, let's go into Shannon here, and you add her into information. So that's the first thing. Then if you hit this little geographic thing, you assign, like for instance, Shannon, she handles a Leland area, so I'm going to hit assign zip code. So now she will handle that. She can get leads in that one area. So that's how sub-accounts are handled. Now, if you checked all of this, what that means is you could have 3, 4, 5 people getting copies of all of your leads. Okay, this just simply means that they're going to get CC'd on your leads. Okay, so now you got widgets. We've made a lot of improvements on this. You'll notice that you can go in and hit add, and you can create custom widgets. You can create backtracking where it came from, change all that, or you can do what we've been doing more or less is we've been using the default widget, which is this. All you do is this can go on your website and it is responsive, or you can manually change the width and the height. And if you don't know how to do this, if you use Boomtown, Get Your Success Manager, or whoever handles your website, it's very simple to do. And all you do is hit copy this code and give it to your web person, or copy it wherever, and then whenever you start typing, you'll notice it starts actually working. But that'll show up on your website beautifully. That's a default one, and we're getting better response out of that because they perceive it as obviously it's a national system. Okay, now you can create as many widgets as you want. Microsites. Microsites, early on, you had to go in and you can create as many as you want. You can make custom ones. But now, if you'll notice, I'm going to just kind of jump right here and go to everybody gets their first name, last name, no space, all lowercase, .freehousevalues.com. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here and I'm going to show you what it looks like. That's what's called a default microsite. And when you pull it up, you'll notice it looks just like the main site. And this is very good because then a lot of folks, this is really good for your branding on your Facebook and things like that, if you're doing remarketing and things like that, because it looks like the main site, but the difference is any lead that comes through a microsite or a widget is going to come to you no matter where it is. Even if they're in Hawaii and you're in Florida, you're going to get the leads on all of the microsites and all of the widgets, and you can create as many as you want. So let me flip back over to this. Say, for instance, we've got Emerald Forest. These are areas that we farm. Like, for instance, if you go to Porter's Neck, we go after that neighborhood pretty hard. And what we've done is a golf neighborhood. We took an aerial with one of our drones, and we took a picture of it. And you'll notice that you can go in here and you can add how much is Porter's Neck. You can add a link in here. In our case, we just popped a link in that takes you over to our website, which is kind of neat because it shows you, it shows you all the properties that are on the market. And if you go here, it shows you this. We just created a page on our website that talks about Porter's Neck. So it's very, very good for that. And it tells you the average list to sale ratio. This is a Real Estate Webmaster LEC module that we use, but it works really well for us. But you can do it for anything you want to do. You can do new home neighborhoods. You could do mortgage companies. You could set one up for your lender. Your third-party integration, this is where you set up your BombBomb account, so all the leads go into your BombBomb if you use that. Or REW sites, this is where you go into that. Now, critical, this is new, notification settings. You're going to want all this on. Now, some people don't want the no data leads. Why? I don't know, because all you do is, that means you didn't get their name and phone number, but you just look up where their tax bill's sent, and you start sending them stuff. You send them postcards. Sub account notifications. This means that you do want the people that you're CC'd on it, that you've got set up in it. Now, this is new. What you want to do here is you want to go and cut this on. This is a texting of your leads, and when you get the lead, it's going to show you their name. If they entered it, it's going to show you the address, and there'll be a link that you can click to actually see the evaluation, and it'll put their phone number on there so you can one-click it. So it's really, really nice. So you definitely want to set up that. Now, that is pretty much it as far as setting your system up. So we'll cover some more steps about how to drive traffic to it. But if you'll do all of these things, they're very simple. Just go through it, and then you hit sign out. So ignore these two things right up here. Some people say, what are they? This is going to be we're going to build in a realtor relocation network system where you'll be able to search by area and zip code. The consumer could too, and all the agents that are in our system. Like, you could send somebody a referral through it. Mortgage lender, this is where we're going to partner with lenders and give you the opportunity to pretty much zero base this. We have obviously we have a package that's very cheap for $79, but this would be a very good opportunity for you to go to a mortgage lender and get some money to drive some traffic to it through AdWords, social media, do your SOI, or just, make it a profitable funnel of business. So we'll let you do that. So that is pretty much it. And remember, you can go down here to that, or you can go here and just type in /login, and it's going to take you to the same thing. But that's how you set it up. And if you have any questions, you can hit contact here, and you can call us, or just fill this thing out, and this comes to our entire support. Actually, it comes to our entire team, and whoever is working that is on duty that evening or weekend takes care of it. So just put your questions in. Thank you very much, and I look forward to seeing you on the next tutorial.